Immigration to Yathrib. As the number of Muslims was increasing, and so was the aggression of Quraysh, the Prophet, BPUH, started looking for a safe haven for the religion of Islam. Thus, during pilgrimage, he would call the tribes to Islam. Most of them did not welcome this call, until he met a group from Yathrib, later to be named Medina. The people of Yathrib expressed their readiness to accept Islam, as they believed that it was the fulfillment of the prophecies made by the Jews who lived among them. They were convinced that it was time for the birth of the last prophet, as foretold in their scriptures. The group from Yathrib met the Prophet, BPUH, at Aqaba, near Mecca. They departed with the promise to meet again the following year. When they returned back to Yathrib, they began to convey the message of Islam. In the following season of pilgrimage, 12 influential men from Yathrib came to Mecca to meet the Prophet BPUH. They met him in the same place and took the first Aqaba pledge, where they promised to believe in the oneness of Allah, GBTH, and not to worship anyone except him. They also promised not to commit any theft, adultery, murder, nor calumniate anyone, and to obey the noble Prophet BPUH in all cases. In return, the Prophet BPUH told them that if they abided by their pledge, Allah, GBTH, would grant them access to paradise. Before departing, they asked the Prophet BPUH to send one of his companions to teach the people of Yathrib about Islam. The Prophet BPUH sent Musab ibn Umair, who became the first ambassador to Islam. Islam began to spread in Yathrib rapidly. At pilgrimage time in the 13th year of prophethood, Musab ibn Umair accompanied a group of 75 people, 73 men and 2 women from Yathrib. They secretly met the Prophet BPUH in Aqaba. The Prophet BPUH was accompanied by his uncle Al-Abbas, who, despite still being a pagan then, was a great support to him. Thus, the second pledge of Aqaba took place, whereby they promised to protect and defend the Prophet BPUH and the Muslims if they came and lived in Yathrib. Within a short period, the immigration of Muslims from Mecca began. Most of the Muslims immigrated, and the only ones left in Mecca were the Prophet BPUH, who did not yet get the permission from Allah, GBTH, to immigrate. Abu Bakr, Ali, members of their families, and the weak ones who could not afford to immigrate.